Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Hopefully your Tuesday morning is off to a good start. Thank you for joining me. My name is Ryan Jacobson with obviously Ryan Jacobson Weather, and I'll be sharing the forecast with you guys for the next couple of days. So let's get right into things here. Currently the conditions right now across the US, we have some scattered showers kind of leaving the Florida area. These moved through this past night. And they brought some pretty heavy rain in a couple of spots, but these are basically out of the area now, and that area should be all clear of rain for the foreseeable future. If you look out west here in the northwest, you can see there's an atmospheric river currently impacting Washington and Oregon and even portions of North California as well. This will move through today. I'll play this real quick for you guys. This will move through today, and it'll wind down by this evening and afternoon. But there still is going to be some heavy spots of rain. There's going to be some heavy snow. And the snow accumulations have been adding up, especially in the mountains of Washington, where 4 or 5 feet have been accumulated so far, which is pretty incredible. So this is going into your Wednesday here. And you'll see that energy kind of goes across the plains into the Midwest here. And this is going to bring some scattered showers and even some scattered snow showers to places like the Midwest and in the Northeast. No snow accumulations are really expected as the temperatures are going to be pretty warm. So not much in the way of snow accumulations, just kind of some nuisance weather, you could say. The only spot where there could be possible snow accumulations is up here in Maine. A couple inches may be possible, especially in the northern area of Maine, as more cold air is in place. After this low pressure passes by, you can see another small disturbance comes down right after it, and that's going to enhance some lake effect snow off the Great Lakes. Going from Thursday evening into Friday and Friday afternoon, there's going to be some snow squalls, some snow showers coming off the Great Lakes. Generally, accumulations are going to be pretty limited. I would say maybe a couple inches at most, and we'll go over that here in a second. But yeah, so some colder air behind that system, and here comes the system we've been talking about the last few days. This is a Canadian clipper dropping south, and this one looks a little bit more stronger. You see a more well-defined low, a 994 low, and it just looks like a lot stronger storm. Thing I want to point out real quick is the models have continued to keep pushing it north and north over the last few runs. We'll see if this trend continues, but for snow lovers like me, that's not what I want to see, as I'm here in the Northeast in upstate New York, and we'd love to get some more snow by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. So I'll play this for you guys. So you can see basically the low goes right across Michigan and then into upstate New York, and basically wherever this low sets up to the north of that, you're going to see probably a decent swath of heavy snow, up to 8 to 12 inches of snow. So again, still undecided where this low is going to track, but the potential is there for a decent swath of snow across the Midwest and the Northeast. And after this gets off the coast, it's just going to be cold weather in place. There'll be limited lake effect off the Great Lakes, but that should quickly wind down by the end of the day on Sunday. And then it's still very undecided what it's going to look like in the future going forward. Could we have another storm kind of come up on Monday and try to ride up the East Coast? I've seen some models showing that. This is going to next Wednesday here real quickly. Again, take this with a grain of salt. This is over a week out, but you could see something like that occur with a kind of a cross-country storm, and could be snow on the north side of that as well, and it could be heavy. So we'll be monitoring the potential on that, but again, time will tell. Let me quickly show you the European, and this is the same storm here, the same storm on Friday, and its track looks very similar now with the GFS. They were kind of split yesterday, but their models have kind of came together more in the last 24 hours. So as you can see, this one's even more north of the GFS, and this would even bring probably just rain showers to the Northeast and portions of the Midwest, and not really any accumulating snow would be expected. And then you can see there's some more limited lake effect on the backside of that as well. Let me show you your temperatures for the next 7 days, and it's going to be very nice across most of the country. This is current conditions right now, and this is going into this afternoon. And highs are going to be nice across majority of the country. Look at Wisconsin, you're going to be looking at highs 50 degrees around the border, but even mid-40s. Going up into central Wisconsin, which is just well above average. Look at Minnesota. Southern Minnesota, highs around 55. That's crazy for this time of year. As majority of the U.S. is going to be above average than what they normally are. This is going into Wednesday here. And then you can see that cold air start to come back in place after that first low pressure swung through. So here you can see that cold air dropping south again. And this is Friday afternoon, and it's going to be a sharp cutoff of where this cold air sets up. It's all determined on the track of the low and how strong this cold air will be. But it looks like there is going to be some pretty chilly air in the northeast and the Midwest, and it's going to be a sharp cutoff on where that cold air is going to be. As you can see, you're looking at temperatures in the UP of Michigan, 17, and then around Green Bay, 42 on this model. Again, that's not completely determined yet, but it's going to be a sharp cutoff on where you're going to see that cold air. And then here you can see there's going to be another round of cold air once that second clipper system, the more stronger one, comes down from Canada. And there's the resurgence of cold air. And places like the Adirondacks and different areas and the north could see well below average temperatures. I know we're kind of a temperature swing right now in the northeast, but it could get pretty chilly going into next week. And look at these lows. This is lows on Sunday morning, and you're looking at lows in the negative teens, which is pretty chilly. And this is for places like the Adirondacks and the upper New England region, you could say. And then again, after this is undecided, we got warm air for basically most of the country, and then cooler air up here. What's going to happen? We're going to have a cross-country storm go across, bring snow to the north side of that. Time will tell, and we'll track that day by day for you guys. Let me quickly show you the precipitation over the next 7 days. So, yep, some scattered showers to the northeast today. Nothing crazy, just light rain showers and maybe a couple of flurries, but just basically nuisance weather, like I said. No real accumulation is expected on that. Still could be looking at a couple inches throughout the rest of the day here, especially in the mountains of Washington, as the atmospheric river will be winding down this evening, but could still bring a couple inches more precipitation with that. There's that first clipper system, that first disturbance that moves through. So pretty light accumulations for the northeast there and the Midwest. And then here's that second stronger disturbance, that Canadian clipper coming south. And so overall, we're looking at totals here, maybe up to an inch of precipitation, a little over in portions of the northeast over the next, this is through Sunday, so over the next 5 days or so. Let me quickly show you the snowfall. So yeah, places still in the mountains in Washington could see another additional 20 to 30 inches of snow, which is pretty crazy. Here's this first disturbance that came across the country, and I could see a couple of inches, like I said, up here in Maine, in the New England region, and the mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire. There could be a couple of inches from this, as it's just going to be a lot colder up on the mountains than the valleys there. And then here's that, so then there'll be some limited lake effect behind that, but again, accumulations will be pretty light. And then here's that second disturbance, and there's that swath of snow. So right now, as things look, it's basically going to go through northern Minnesota, UP of Michigan, and then through southern Ontario and maybe the Adirondacks of New York, and that's kind of the bullseye right now. But again, like I said, this has trended north over the last couple of days, so we'll see what happens. We're still 4 to 5 days out, but we'll be watching that closely. So there is the potential that there could be some heavy snow in the Northeast and Midwest. We just aren't 100% sure where that's going to set up. So I thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. This is a new YouTube channel. I'm just trying to get this going, so feel free to share it. And I thank you all for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Goodbye.